Hey, what's up guys? MKBHD here. We've got some tech that's around the studio right now that is still really crazy impressive. Let's get into it. Okay, item number one is this table. This is called the Sisyphus table. Fundamentally, it's just a regular table on top with this thin layer of silica sand that comes with the table itself. You literally just pour it in and spread it out and set it up. Sisyphus is the figure from Greek mythology who was condemned to rolling a huge boulder up a mountain for eternity. On this table, that boulder is this steel marble rolling through the sand, and Sisyphus is a rotating magnet positioned by a Wi-Fi connected robot arm. And it's a pretty fine-tuned control, as you can see, to the point where, you know, these overlapping lines can create these thin lines and really precise shapes and designs. And there's an LED ring around the table that makes this dramatic, evenly lit look that I'm super into. Then on top of all that, there's a Sisyphus app that lets you control everything. So there are whole playlists of user-generated patterns and images that you can have it draw, and you can even attempt to make your own in the app itself, but it is super hard, let me tell you. It also does this really satisfying erasing sequence after every new piece of art. I could watch it all day, literally, which is, I guess, why I put it in a different room. It is tech, but really it's moving art. It's mesmerizing watching the ball go around in circles and draw these new designs, erase everything, then draw something new perpetually, just like the myth itself. All right, next item up. This is the matte black Phantom Reactor. It's a wireless speaker, and it's most impressive for how small it is versus how incredibly loud it actually gets. So this version of the Phantom it's maybe the size of an iPad mini. It's nice and clean. It's the smaller full range driver on the front. And then these two side pieces are the woofers that really move air. And then on the back, you have these fins that are literally a heat sink. And the whole idea is that it produces this super loud sound from how much air it moves and has surprisingly little distortion at those high volumes. Not surprisingly, it is a pretty bass-heavy sound overall. There isn't really a mid-sized driver to focus on the mids. Let me play a little quick demo from Jordan Edmonds. It's half volume. But when you get two of the exact same model, you can pair them together as a stereo pair. So there's one over here, one on the other side of the studio, and they're a left-right stereo pair. And then when you connect to it in Spotify, it sees it as one speaker and appropriately splits it. And yeah, this speaker is it's a tiny portable noise complaint. Okay, this next one in Dope Tech is for my fellow video nerds out there. You'll know who you are if I say Helios 44-2. And your ears perk up a little bit. See, most modern lenses, especially in the cinema world, are very clinical and giving you the most accurate look possible. And generally that's good, but sometimes you just want a more fun look to play with. So this is my Helios 44-2. It's a vintage Russian lens, and it's known for its swirly bokeh and really fun optical characteristics. So you might have recognized this swirly background in various MKBHD videos in the past, and these have all come from this one little vintage Helios lens. It is a 58mm lens, and it's not particularly sharp, and it's also so old that it's really not very well built or easy to use. So this, as you might have guessed, is what's called a rehoused lens, a rehoused version of this. So it's still as optically fun and unique as the Helios because it's the same glass, but it's in a barrel that gives it much better build quality, a much longer life, and then a much longer focus throw to make it easier to focus on things. It gives it gears for a follow focus if you want to use that. It gives it threads for filters if you want to add those. And just overall, a more satisfying, confident feel. Fun fact, did you know that 1 terabyte SD cards are just out there? This is $350, so it is pretty expensive for an SD card, but it's also not insane for a terabyte. I'd feel a little nervous putting that much data on a card you could just snap in half. But anyway, there you have it. An insane Bluetooth speaker, a magnetic table, vintage rehoused lenses. It's another episode of Dope Tech in the books. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.